Swinging over the top is killing your consistency. So in this video, you're going to learn a foolproof method that you can use on the range and in the gym to give you more room in the downswing and stop doing this once and for all. Let's get stuck in. Okay, Matty, let's talk about the players in transition who tend to get the right shoulder and the right hip firing very quickly at the golf ball, right?
Yep.
And we see that usually coming down into impact, their chest might stay down a little bit too long, and certainly their hips are back. So they're not really getting through the ball as such, are they?
No.
And one of the big things that a lot of players could benefit from working on is really about their transition and the way that they move as they go from the backswing to the downswing move in that dynamic flow. And you've got a great drill here using a band to bring some awareness to that transition to help with the over the top, correct?
That's correct, yep. So we're going to use this resistant band here. We'll have it wrapped around the top of you.
Okay.
So we're going to work on the horizontal positive first of all. So I'll be here, and all you're going to do is you're going to swing up to the top for me. And then from here, I'm going to pull you, and you're now going to have to work harder to get that shift into that left side.
Yeah, perfect. So this is more so bringing awareness to, for the player who was coming over the top. And let's demonstrate, let's say, the paw move first of all. So jump back into that position. They would get to the top here, and then there wouldn't really be any forward motion whatsoever.
That's it, just spin.
So let's say relatively functional backswing. These players would need to feel like they're almost stretching the band. And I can feel that resistance from what you're pulling me towards you there. It really builds awareness to even the pressure in my feet as well. I can feel a lot more in the toe of that lead foot, and the body feels, would you say, closed off for longer?
Yeah, in theory, yeah. It's just going to give a bit more space to get the club coming from an in to out path a little bit more rather than that over the top outside.
Then over the top. Okay. So if a player was working on this, right, I suppose they could tie it around a pole or something at home, certainly something that they could work on by themselves during the winter. And how many reps would you suggest that they do to be able to generate this feel and sensation where they can actually start to implement it into their swing?
I mean, that's a good question. Everyone's different. You know, some people pick this up like that, some people take longer. So just keep going with it until, you know, you feel like you can do it a little bit more. Again, everyone's different. I mean, I'd say at least 5 reps. Yeah. Go between hitting shots, feeling it, Yeah. Go like that. And if you can, get someone like myself pulling on you and make you hit the shot whilst I'm pulling on the band.
Whilst you're doing it, yeah. And I think one of the biggest, most important aspects of this is really bringing awareness to feedback, right? Yeah. And players 100%. Need to have an understanding of what it would be like from here, using something like a band like this guy's, to get the sensation of what it would be like to make a different move from what you're doing. And if you just do it from feel, it's not really the greatest indicator of the actual of what we see. Because players' feel versus real is sometimes very different.
100%. Yeah.
So let's say that we've got the feel from you doing that from behind, and that's a great one to bring awareness of me feeling like I'm pushing a little bit more into my lead side and then closing off. What would be the benefits of now you shifting over onto this side?
So we need that accelerating horizontal force, but we also need that braking horizontal force. So I've spun around the other side. Now you're going to spin up to the top, or turn up to the top, sorry, come down into impact, and I'm going to pull you this way. So not only do we need to, like I said, have accelerating horizontal, we also need that braking where you push into the ground towards me, which then is going to initiate kind of your kinematic sequence where everything is rotating and posting into your finish.
Okay, so from that again, as I get to the top here, and you do that move, what would players also feel as they're getting down into this transition piece, possibly different from then their normal over the top?
Just the feeling, what you're going to get from it is, in theory, a better release. You know, so you're going to feel this foot ripping into the ground harder, probably not just towards me, but away from you as well.
Yeah.
So you're going to get more spin, and everything's just going to feel very strong and stable in that left foot.
Yeah, for sure. Because I think we're going to do a video on this shortly as well around the pressure versus the heel versus the toe guys, is we would very much want to see in transition, the best players demonstrate this, is the shifting of pressure is going to be a little bit more out towards the golf ball rather than straight back away from it. Because you can see as soon as I shift that weight to the heel, I'm actually pulling this band away from that. All my pressure is going to my heel. It's going to be very hard to get that sequence and swing out towards the target there. So let's say that we've done the 2 different sides of that. We've generated the feel of that nice little resistance. For me, I really like the one when you were standing over here of, as I was getting to the top, kind of feeling like I was pushing away from you. It gave me a great sensation really of where that pressure was going through, through the toe there.
Yeah.
So then blending this into shots for the guys at home. We don't want them to go out full speed and just rip it, right? How would you then recommend that they would have some sort of training plan for speed of generating these reps going up?
Yeah, I mean, I would even go to the extreme of trying to get something like this in the gym as well.
Yeah.
You know, work on some stuff in the gym, and that is straight away going to help incorporate the feeling of what we just talked about in the swing as well.
Yeah.
So just try and get that feeling, you know, really exaggerated feeling would be almost lifting the feet up just to make sure that you're getting those forces going in the right direction. If I lift this foot up, I've now got to push this way to get over here. And if I lift this foot up, my trail, I've also then got to get that left pressure up and that force into the ground.
And we see with all the long drivers as well, Berkshire and all those others, before they hit the shot, you'll see this stomping back and forth. It's not only great for long distance guys, but also just for working on the overall motion of your swing. It's going to build a little bit more awareness to what you need to do in regards to shifting your pressure. All right, mate, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to recreate the feel of that. Just going to start off with some slow swings here. I'm really focusing on that pressure going more towards the toe of my lead foot and imagining I was stretching that band away from you. And like you said, even in the follow through, when you were pulling me towards you, that allows that lead side to extend.
That's it, 100%.
So a few more little practice swings of that, then I'll turn it into a shot. Feels great. Yeah, definitely building awareness around that ground pressure with how that's moving in regards to the feet. Felt great off the face, mate. Excellent drill here, guys. We're talking all about how to stop the over-the-top movement here. Great stuff.